Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to Invasion Week 1, Day 6. Oh, I almost said a color day. It is not a color day. But today is our final reward day, which means it's time to open the major orb. Of course, with that being said, that does mean we gain absolutely no benefit from doing invasions, but I think I'm still going to do a couple invasions. Tomorrow we probably won't be, but just for fun, I do want to get into them just a little bit. I actually do enjoy invasions compared to raids, so I don't mind just doing these kind of just for nothing. But yeah, I'll go for a few of them real quick, and maybe we'll go mess with a few really weird teams in it just for fun. But yeah, I probably won't use all the sigils today because, as I mentioned, there's actually no benefit to it. I'll go and open up the major orb in a second. I just want to wait till the stream kind of gets going a little bit, and then we'll go and do the little major orb then. Okay, anyways, let's go and throw down the, let's see, we have the Bastion Tower there. We'll go for that, get the poke down, and just simply get its reduction, get that nice little bit of mana there. Go move that over, and move that one, go for, actually I don't even think we need a Fenrir here. We can just go and poke him again. And, Forest Guardian, what do you have? I guess we have the alignment right there. But before I do, let me go and get that little bit of buff. Then we can roll from there. Forest Guardian, where's your alignment? Why do you not have anything that you can possibly do here? Forest Guardian, no. Okay. That's not worth doing. I guess we just take the skull, because I definitely don't want him skulling us with true damage, so we'll just take that out immediately, since we don't have anything to Forest Guardian there. Once again, don't have a Forest Guardian, so we're just going to pass our turn and go by there. Let's see. What do we need? What do we need? I guess we go and get rid of the tower since we're not going to have enough damage. They'll give us a few explosions. Hopefully that gives us a better board. Not quite. So not much I can really use here. It's actually going to be helpful. I don't have any kind of converts or anything. We'll just go for some reds. Move that over. Gets that buff. Forest Guardian. And let's match. We're pretty close to it. If we could just find those little skulls coming in. None for free, but we can simply go take that one. Down it goes. Take another one. And we'll be good to go. And there it goes. Sweet. Also, hello, Zorak. Hello, Danny. Hello. Oh, that's funny. We would get more sigils on the day. We don't need them anymore. Oh, the sigils. Amazing. That's funny. Yeah, we don't need any of these, like, sigils. Yeah, let's go completely just overhaul this and do something really, really strange because these battles don't matter. So let's go do one other really strange one, or one just strange one in general. So we're going to keep Forest Guardian. We're going to keep Stone Shaker. Actually, you know what? No. I want to go something very, very, very weird. Forest Guardian. Oh, you know what? Oh, I know what I want to do. Oh, I can't. They're immune to Devour. Oh, that would have been so hilarious. I so wanted to do that. It's all beasts. We could have gone for Wolf Garrick. The problem with this is they're immune to Devour. So that would be 110% pointless. So no point in doing that. Nope. But what I can do is, I want to try something weird with Black Beast. I know for sure this is going to fail, but I want to do it because we can. It doesn't matter if we win or lose these. So at this point. So I want to do something very strange. Go for the Forest Guardian there. Go for, wish there was something that could cover every color without being Prismatic Shard. But we're going to go basically all in on Black Beast and then have a Impervious Beast. And we don't have too many options for it. War Goat. I guess this still we cover blue. This still we cover purple and red. Though the damage off it is so very low. But I guess we'll go for Merline. We don't get the silence, but his stats are not horrible. And he still gets damage. I don't know. They're all kind of bad. You know what? Maybe we should just go Wolf Garrick. We could also go the War Goat. Let's see. Destroys a row and knocks the first enemy to the back. That doesn't do that much damage, though. So I guess we'll go with this. Not really going to do the Devour. It's only going to be 29 damage. But he has pretty high... No. Never mind. We'll stick with the Merline. Out of everything here, I think we just go with the Merline. What I'm going to be doing is a weird kind of thing that you can do with his Devour when targeting the Merline. It's kind of strange. We'll throw that in there. And lastly, we just need a... I don't know, what kind of supporting thing. I want something that can easily be devoured, not some kind of, like, repeat devour thing. Probably hero with Mang at this point. So we'll go with that, get the Mang. And troops, I mean weapon, go under Mang, and boom. And there's our lovely Mang. So we'll go throw that in there. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe even put that in first slot, boom. And set our banner accordingly. I think it's already set. And yeah, should be good to go with that. Looks perfectly fine. Okay, let's go into this. So this is obviously a very, very weird, odd team. But my plan here is to do a... Black Beast has a weird function where if there's nothing else... If he hits an impervious, basically, he will go and hit that. He will not do really anything except create his skulls. So I forget if he actually gets the heal or not. I'm kind of testing that here because, well, we'll find out. We'll find out. But I don't know for sure if he gets the heal. If he gets the heal, that would be really, really good. If he doesn't, then not so much, unfortunately. But we'll see how it goes. Also, hello, Painting as well. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Alright, we'll go throw this green over. Actually, I'm going to take the brown. It surges and gets some extra mana. We'll want to get another Mang here since we already have it up. Easy enough. Can I keep that brown? Well, let's go and throw this down. Oh, wait. I gotta be really careful. I forgot, if we take any damage, that's bad. Very bad. I need that to go on Black Beast before he dies. Okay, there we go. So I'll throw that on him. Get our poke. And now my intention is... Oh, is that alignment? Oh, no, never mind. Wrong convert. I was thinking the other troop that does yellow to green. I'm so used to using Divine Isabella. But no, that's not alignment. Oh, yes, it is. It is on Skull. So we'll go take that, actually. And now I want to go and devour our last slot. And we will not be able to. And my main thing here is, will we get a heal? I sure hope so. Because we have 32 HP on it, which is not a lot. So we'll give it a shot here. So does this heal us? It does. We don't gain any additional HP, but it does indeed heal us. And that's match. Well, that was a really weird team, but it worked. It worked. So we gave that a shot. That kind of worked out. I wanted to do that all week, but I didn't want to do it when it would have actually mattered. I guess technically it still doesn't really matter. Every single week, based on how many my guild is currently doing, we seem to be pretty good. I might just need to go into only getting tier 3, because we seem to be good on the amount of packs every single week. So, yeah, I could probably stop buying tier 4s and just go for tier 3s. That gives you every unique, so that's all we really need, is to get that bow or whatever the weapon is here on any given week, and then boom, that's it. So, that probably will be the game plan for now on. Anyways, I didn't want to do this immediately when we started, but let's go see what we get from the Power Orb, or the Major Orb of Chaos, I should say. The main thing we want here is a blue orb. As far as other drops that are decent, I guess really anything isn't horrible. Blue is the absolute best by a very large margin, but yeah, I guess I'm happy with just about anything from this orb. Everything's so good in it. The other ones within it, though, like the orange one and the green one, those serve no purpose for actually using them on troops, but we could use them to eventually create a power orb and then try crafting that one other troop. So I guess we could use it for that purpose. But yeah, blue is definitely the thing I want to see here. So I'll go collect this Major Orb of Chaos. And please give us exactly what we want. Yes! There it is. That luck donation worked earlier. That's kind of funny. There we go. Let's screenshot that. There we go. That is exactly what I want. I wouldn't mind if every single Major Orb was exactly that drop. That is the most perfect drop we could have gotten. Hello, Pedro. Welcome. But yeah, there isn't a single drop better than a Major Blue Ascension Orb. Out of every single one of the new random orbs that you can get, that is the best one right there. And what it does is it fully ascends any troop to Mythic. So it could be common, boom, all the way to Mythic. So yeah, very, very powerful for getting things that you barely have any copies on to get all the way up. It will mainly be used on commons, weirdly enough. That might seem kind of strange, but it could have purposes in the future. For example, if they expand Guild War troops to have 6 additional Guild War troops, things like those would be pretty good commons to do it on. Things like, for example, like Honor, if we didn't already have it upgraded. Things like that, things like Humility, these kind of commons where it takes a lot of copies of them to get to Mythic, and they're really good troops. Of course, we already have these things at Mythics, but these would be the kind of things that we'd mainly want to use it on. Technically, we could also use it on our gnome, the treasure gnome that we have, though I don't think that would really be worth it. But we currently only have one copy of him. We can have him all the way maxed out in a single orb. If we were to use that Ascension orb on him, he'd be all the way at Mythic. So, yeah, and we already have all the other resources. Definitely very nice. It'll make it so we won't need as many copies of something in the future. And if we need a smaller version of it for Legend, we already have it, because we have the little orb over here. So if we need this for Legend mainly, is what we use the smaller ones for. And commons, particularly the very good commons that have higher cost trait stones, as the one we use this on. This doesn't actually give them trait stones, but those kind of troops like Humility and stuff like I mentioned tend to be very strong. And it takes quite a while to get them off of Guild Wars, particularly if in a smaller bracket of Guild Wars. But yeah, very nice. So far as major orbs are concerned, we got the useless major orb of Wisdom and the best major orb of Ascension. So I guess I'll take that luck. Not too bad. Anyways, let's go into, I guess, PvP and just mess there for most rest of the time. Unless you guys want me to try something in in Invasion, or need help building teams or anything else, or any other particular questions. Otherwise, we'll kind of just be chilling into PvP. See if we can get anything here and there. I'll go throw an Infernus here. Get that down. Get another Infernus follow-up, just for some little pokes. And see if we can get this going. Okay, he's going to get that convert. He's actually using the exact same team we are, in almost the exact same order we are, though this is not the order I actually wanted to use it in. Mercy is much better in first slot. I keep forgetting to move her back. I need to go do that immediately after this battle ends, because this is like the only battle in a row that I used it in the wrong order. Okay, we should have a convert anywheres in this mess, so we'll go do that. And it doesn't have alignment, does it? No. So we'll throw Infernus there. Get our damage, and any poke will kill at this point. And that is indeed a poke, and that is indeed the kill. And down it goes. Okay, let me go change that order right now before I forget. Hey, we're almost at 10,000 points too. Also, our goal earlier was to reach 5 million gold. I don't even think by the end of this stream we'll reach it. Normally you can only gain about 200-300,000 per hour. So even if we did it for this entire hour, that wouldn't reach. We'd still be a couple 100,000 short. Anyways, let me go switch this right now. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I haven't done that switch for like 20 battles now. It's better in the order I did it in if we're up against a Scion, though in every other instance, it is not that good. Okay, so right here, we're going to see if we can get a Mercy. Doesn't look like we really have anywhere to go throw it at, so we'll just move the brown over. He just gets a Blue Storm, which doesn't help us whatsoever. Only thing we use that for is Mercy, and we don't really need to rush Mercy up. I don't have any Anti-Storm, though, so... Oh, actually, I do. I have... Well, not really. I don't have it in any way that would be able to help us, particularly since we'd kind of need a stun. Because even once we get a Red Storm, he's just going to immediately replace it with a Blue Storm. So that'll just perpetually counter out the Storm that we have, and make it 100% useless, and we'll not be able to use it. He actually landed that. That's not good. I need to go get a Cleanse too, but we do not have Mercy, so I can't go for that. I guess we just go on blue right here and just hope we get a Cleanse, and it's exactly what we got. Very nice. Actually, I didn't even need a Cleanse, did I? Oh well. We got the Cleanse that we asked for, so we'll go with that. Got alignment, so we'll definitely go and destroy him with skulls. That's normally what that team is supposed to do to us, but we can easily do it with Isabella. Move that over. No good alignments. Throw the... Actually, I'll move that real quick. No, nothing good, so we'll throw that down. And anything will poke it at this point, and down it goes to the anything. And there we go. Hello, Kaden! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, revenge battles. Revenge battles not only give more glory, but will also get more gold from it, so very, very nice. Always great to see more revenges out there. Did we go for that skull? Yes. We'll go for that. We don't have any follow-up, though, which is why I was a little hesitant there. Not that big a deal, though. Let's take that. Oh, never mind. Okay, I didn't even see that had alignment. I was just taking it because it gave more mana. But that works out perfectly, then. Get rid of blue. Oh, this was when we were supposed to switch back to Diviner in first slot. But I never do. I never bother switching it, because once I do, I always forget to switch it back. So I'm just leaving it exactly as is. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. Yeah, it shouldn't be. Looks like we're perfectly fine here. Not going to really come into play. If we keep getting Divine Isabellas too, it dies so quickly that it's also very flimsy. Similar to why I don't want to use this in first slot. If we put the Diviner in first slot, it can die so easily to skulls. Luckily, Scion also dies very easily to skulls, so that works out. Let's throw that down, and that's match. He'll die almost to that burn. We'll take a skull instead, and down it goes. And we got a treasure map. This team's also really good at getting treasure maps. Too bad we don't actually need them. If they were actually a good commodity, that would be a nice thing, but no, they are not. There is a excessive surplus of maps with very few things to use them for. Actually, nothing to use them for except for the treasure hunt minigame. Of course, most late game people don't actually play it. Mainly because mainly because of rewards that it gives is not worth it for late game people, as well as the fact that we have so many that there's no chance we could really realistically use them all. Some people have, who had a couple thousand of them, though it takes like months on end to actually use them all. Okay, we'll go, and we have alignment, so that's Skull dead right there. Oh, never mind, he has 60% reduction. Keep forgetting about that. It's actually a really high amount of reduction. Highest amount that's not non-unique. Of course, there are two that are higher, but they're both unique traits that only one troop has. It's Gorgulfa's Granite Skin and Stonehammer's 80% reduction. Those Stonehammers basically never used, so basically just Gorgulfa's Granite Skin of 75%. I thought that was a treasure gnome for a second, that noise. It's the Enrage from, what's his name? He actually gets double Enrage every time he takes a brown. That's why it's also louder. That little, like, Enrage noise thing. Normally you could barely hear it. What do we even do here? Skull? Yeah, why not? Take that. Oh, I could have got an extra turn there, but oh well. Might have actually dropped. Oh! That definitely meant to be on blue. Though I do see how I accidentally did it on this other color, on this other square. You can even see right now it's still in the buff square. Wow, he got a lot of value out of that. Luckily he did not devour, but yeah, that was a misclick. But a misclick that still gets us the win. Yeah, if he would have devoured there, that would have been just pure whoops. Oh wait, you can change them on that screen? Hold up. That's been possible this entire time and I haven't been doing it. I think it even switches back your team because it doesn't remember what you switched it to. Oh, that's actually really nice. I don't even know if that's a glitch or not that it doesn't switch back. But, you know, that might actually be a feature. I didn't think about that. It might have been a feature that I haven't been using this entire time, where if you quick switch something on the battle screen, it deliberately doesn't save in case you want to revamp your team just really quickly for a single battle. That might be what that is. That could have been a feature this entire time, and I just noticed it now somehow. That's amazing if that's actually a thing. We'll find out after this battle. Watch, they're going to hotfix it next patch. That would be funny. It's like, hey, I found this not glitch, maybe, and it's actually, like, really helpful. And it's like, oh, let's go patch it, because that's a glitch. We'll see. I don't know. But if it does switch back, that's actually really amazing. Let me see. No, it didn't switch back. Well, you can still just swipe it like that. Seriously, this has always been possible? Or it hasn't always been, but... How long has this been possible and I haven't even been doing it? I always thought you had to go, like, into the team and then do it. But apparently not. No, you can just swipe it like that. Sweet. Okay, anyways. Let's get into the battle. We already have the right order, so we don't really need to revamp anything. We just get the Mercy right here. Actually going to get off the extra turn too, due to the brown extra turn leading it right into alignment. So we can just go straight into that. Throw down our Diviner to get all of our mana that we need here. And that will hopefully have a nice follow-up cast, or not. No. It's been that way for as long as you can remember. It's been that way probably for about a year now. I don't think it's been longer than a year that it's been like that. Yeah, I know it's never always been like that, but probably out of people who have came recently, it has looked always like that. Hello, Nicholas! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, for any of you that didn't see, that came in later, we ended up getting the best possible orb off of the major orb thing from raids, I mean from invasions. So that was quite nice. We also didn't do all of our invasion battles if you need me to try anything. If any of you want me to test stuff for your own use. We've already done all of our battles. Or, well, we haven't done all the battles as in... We still have sigils left, but I don't need to do them because there's no benefit to doing them at the current moment in time. We'll go for that. Divine... This team can still run without Divine Isabella. Divine Isabella helps. It gets a quicker start. But, and I guess it gets quite nice skulls as well. But, I don't know, it's not really that required. Helpful, but not required. Its replacement can be just about any utility, too. It's already completely blocked, so just anything that will help support the team is mainly what you need there. Okay, so he's going to do something really annoying with the yellows, so we're just going to take some yellows. This team is obviously very yellow-oriented, so us getting denied on them is not that nice, but we'll go move that over. Throwing Infernus down. She can't be drained, so we're kind of safe. Gives her full mana. Good thing it's in first slot, because we would have gotten drained on something like a... on our Mercy if it wasn't first instead. But we'll go and try getting a nice cast in here. Come on, please give it to us. No, I don't think we have it anywhere. So we'll go move that down. And see if we get any follow-up. Nope, we have it on like brown. It's not even an extra turn though. Do we not have red, purple, or yellow on this board? Well, technically we can convert for yellow, but it's not worth it. Can't even get Mercy to full mana. Wow, okay, that's bad. I guess we just do this on brown. Don't really have much of a choice. So we'll go do that. That does almost nothing, but it's better than actual nothing. So there he goes taking a bunch of stuff. We'll go get full mana here, get a Mercy down hopefully, and go from there. Never mind, no Mercy. He does not have poison though, so he can't utilize his double kill. He'll just do a little bit of damage, so it's fine. He'll move that over. Scion can still reach the rest of my team though, so we'll have to watch out for that. Speaking of Scion reaching the rest of our team, hello Scion. Look at him. He's intimidating with his little brain thing there. Okay, what do we even need here? Let's move that over. Move that. And that will instantly kill it. Doesn't matter where it hits. And now one more cast will wipe his team. And sure, we'll go for this because why not? And it does indeed kill. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, I knew you meant Divine Isabella. I knew which troop you meant. Normally I don't, but in that case I did. There more often than not, it is people that don't have Infernus, though, than the other one. But she's actually not even in the drop pool right now. She still has, I believe, 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. 2-3 weeks, approximately, before she is in the drop pool again. Of course, whenever they add most of the newer, like, legends and stuff like that, or not just the legends, but basically all event-related troops, they don't come into the drop pool until about 1 month after their release. They're normally available through like event keys or maybe some kind of event. Like for example, the Bounty Hunter one. The guy that was in Bounty Hunter that won from the Panda from the previous week. He is currently not in any drop pool, but he will be in about probably 3 weeks from now or so. Of course, he'd serve almost no purpose then, but he will be around in the drop pool. Okay. Can we get a Mercy at all? I guess we'll go get a Diviner. You know what, let me take a Skull. I don't want to have to deal with him. And there's a Mercy, so we'll go for that. That gets us our Cleanse too. Does not give us alignment, however. And yeah, we'll just throw this down. Get a nice poke. That'll revive. Throw another one. Good to go. And now we can finally get our Nevermind. I was going to go poke him with a Skull down there, and then he took it. So plan B is throw Mercy into full mana, and then kill it. And there we go. And skip past that. And on to the next battle. Oh, also one thing that's kind of interesting next patch too. They're most likely going to be removing the souls and the minor trait stones from treasure gnomes, which will really be a pretty substantial buff to their drop pool. Hopefully next patch will be out before the next gnome event, because that will definitely make the next gnome event quite a bit more profitable. And we'll probably have to keep data for it again, because we're probably going to see a pretty large difference compared to the previous week, since we'll have 2 of the worst drops will be out of the drop pool, meaning every drop we get will at least be slightly less worse than what it was. So, really nice. Not fully sure if they're confirming that or not, but it does look like something that's going to be in 3.35. Alright, we'll go throw that down. On the 1 HP, the overkill. It's the only slight bad thing about Isabella. It's not like an Inferno King or a Sakima where it can get that cleanup and then do its skulls. It has to waste all of it on whatever the front line is, even if it's almost dead. I was gonna say, we better have alignment somewheres on there. And that's match. And super overkill. I think we even got a magic buff there. Oh no, we're gonna lose our level 1, 2, 3, 4 soon. I was enjoying the level 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well. We'll find another weird level range to be at eventually. Could you imagine when we're 4, 3, 2, 1? Reaching that level would take around 30 years. That is how long it takes under the current format. So yeah, obviously we'll never be that level. We'll go through... what do we even need here? I guess we'll go get an Infernus in here. Maybe a Divine or Shabella, actually. Go get that down. Move that. Take that one over. Get some explosions in there. Oh, I actually had one more Divine or Shabella too. I could actually went for, but oh well. Get that down. Get the manas that we need. Get some Infernus in there. And yeah, one more little poke will do it. That's not one more poke, but we'll move that down, and there we go. Hello, Neil! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. And down with the goblins. I haven't seen pure goblin in a while. Like, not 3 times goblin plus 1 troop, but actual pure goblin like that. But yeah, it is basically the strongest pure goblin team that he's using right now. It's pretty funny that he's also using the double Fizzbang on it. That is pretty viable. You'll obviously only ever see this in PvP, because in Guild Wars that is not allowed, since you'd be losing some points for doing that. But yeah, you see it in PvP from here and there. It does come around, and it is pretty potent once it gets going. And the purpose of the double Fizzbang is so if one Fizzbang fails its explosion, and the other one happens to get all of its mana, they both have a 50% chance of exploding. So the concept is you hope that since it has a 50% chance that with 2 of them, one of them is bound to explode. And that's kind of the whole premise behind using 2 of them. Whenever you invade with an all-goblin team, you do normally include 2 Fizzbangs on your team for that exact reason. It basically gets rid of some of the luck base out of it. It's still luck-based, because you could go both casts without actually getting a Fizzbang. But more often than not, you'll average 1 explosion each time, like he got right there. Why didn't it do so few? Oh, because it does it based on green, and we keep converting out green. Oh, that's pretty convenient. I'd even think of Divine Isabella as a counter to this team, but it actually does work for that purpose. Keep forgetting how strong she actually is against things that require green, because of course she gets rid of all the green. So yeah, which is nice, because a lot of pretty decent teams at the moment use a lot of green. Forest Guardian Nyx uses a lot of green. All Goblin teams use a lot of green. And Web Spinner or Yasmin Loop use a lot of green. And a few other ones too, like Weird Lady or Aerial teams and a few others. Like I say, this gives us a great Mercy right there. I love when the Mercy plays for our team, 5 versus 3. Always helpful. Go for the explosion there. He's going to get a bit of value. And he gives us board setup. Okay, maybe it's 6 versus 2 now. But we'll go do that. Throw the explosion down. And should be good to go. I think I have alignment. If he... never mind, he ruined the corner. And I do have follow-up, though, so we can go for that. Get that down. We need 1 more kill to get this. Never mind, we have enough if it... maybe. It depends where it lands. And it didn't land correctly. But it does give us a skull, and that's what we need to kill it. What is a good team for Dracula? Just got one. There's a couple different ways you can run it. You can go double Dwarven Gates, Valkyrie, and then a Draculus. Though I think the slightly better option would be to go with... it's about similarly as cheap. It also works with Crimson Bat, though you happen to have the better option. But it's this team. And Draculus. There we go. Soothsayer, Valkyrie, Soothsayer, and a Draculus. Only thing we are not using here is purple. I do not recall if there's a purple banner that's useful for this team. I don't believe so, because both the purple banners have +2 brown, which doesn't help us. So instead, we basically just go red-yellow banner. We could also go +2 red, +1 yellow, -1. Actually, let's go for that, sure. -1 brown. So go for that. We already have +2 brown, meaning now we only have +1 brown, even though we have -1 brown. But this will give us the quicker Valkyrie, which is pretty important. So basically, with this team that you see right here, it's as simple as just basically spam Soothsayer and get him for your board control. This will give you a bunch of mana and just everything that you really need to get started. And then once your team starts going, you just start getting Valkyrie into Draculas. And ideally, you two-shot the entire enemy team with Draculas. Though this is a really, really bad team to actually show this team against, because anything with high HP, this team works bad against. And I didn't actually realize before I came into the battle that he's using Pure Goblin right now, which is, of course, very, very high HP value, particularly his last slot. But I'll still be able to make this work. I should be able to 4-shot him, which is way too slow, but we'll still come out with a win, or should. Let's see, we'll go and get out a red here. Get that down. And this is just the extremely budget team. You can also just put this on a true damage team. The Draculas, that is. So he already got a kill, wow. That's not good. That's definitely not good. Get all of our mana, or most of our mana. Didn't get the surge where we needed it, though. We'll let him take a poke here. He just does a buff, that's fine. Get a Valkyrie here. I was wondering if it got a magic buff or not. I actually didn't. But we'll go for that. Get our HP. Ideally, you'd be able to two-shot with your Draculas. If not, then it's normally not worth it as far as speed to use a Draculas or Crimson Bat or anything, which is why you normally don't see me using them, because it's really hard to double cast in late game with that. And at this point, it looks like it's going to take us like 3 more casts for like 5 total casts. The main reason for that is they're just really high HP. So yeah, we'll need to go show this team again, because this is a pretty horrible example of a team to face it against. You'd never want to do, the lower HP you can find to use it on, the better. And those are the kind of teams you really get the value out of for using this team. So we'll go try getting another one of these down. We could probably solo it with just Draculas, though. Draculas is pretty good at just instantly winning battles by having such a high durability that he almost never loses. So that is a possibility. We'll get another poke here, and starting to get to the point where we can actually rack in some kills. Still can't get first slot killed, apparently, though. And he's about to get another summon, which is going to make this even more annoying. Oh, and it's the one that gives even more HP. Out of everything he possibly could have summoned, that is probably the most annoying, since now he gains even more HP every extra turn he takes if he manages to find them. So that's not good, obviously. We'll go take the poke. Nothing there. Get a bunch of life. But as you can see at this point, worse comes to worse, Draculas can solo an entire team. That is very much possible, particularly if they don't have mana drain. Especially if they have no mana drain and no instant kill options. He can kind of just go on forever. So if they infinite loop against us, there's no way we are actually going to survive that. Nothing will. But he doesn't, so that's good. We'll go and get the last little bit of our mana. And I'll definitely need to show this again. But we'll go and throw that down. We're stuck at 25 each time, so we gain 100 life every single time we do that. That's definitely a pretty hefty amount. That is for sure. Skull, we pretty much just ignore. He has 25% reduction too if you have him traded. Not required to trade him by any means. He's actually pretty good with 0 traits. Most of his traits are pretty bad anyways, so yeah, you can kind of just ignore he even has traits. He just got a double skull, because why not, apparently. No good takes for us to take either. None. Oh, never mind. I guess we'll take the red. That isn't horrible. We'll go for that. Take a little bit of our other mana. Get a free poke, which gives us some free HP. And what even is this battle at this point? I do not even know. But we're finally going to get another kill, though. If he gets a summon there, that wouldn't really solve much. Watch, his entire team by the end of this battle is going to be 3... I'm calling it now. 3 grapple pots with a Goblin King. If that becomes his team, I'm just going to skip this battle. Because, yeah, no. Nope. Not dealing with that. Alright, we got a kill. Good, that's just a standard Goblin. We should be fine now. So let's actually win this. He still has a ridiculously high HP, which is quite a high liability as well, because we don't have any really good way of quickly going for the damage. I have no clue why I didn't take the blue there. Alchemist, Hellcat, Queen Titania, Queen Titania. I personally do it with Yagway on that team, but yes, you can do Queen Titania. Actually, you can do just about anything in front of it. But yes, double Queen Titania does work for it. Gets the Fairy Fires even quicker. I might just have to retreat from this battle simply due to time's sake, because that is going to take way too long. Now let me do it against a team that doesn't have as high of HP. Sure, we'll go with this. But yeah, basically the whole premise of this team is you double cast and then win, essentially. And on this battle, we will still be a little bit short of the double cast, actually. But we will be able to go for the triple cast, which isn't that bad compared to what the previous battle was, that's for sure. So we'll go... Oh, aw. He drained the one I actually wanted to use, so that's not good. We'll go and try getting some mana here to Cascade. Didn't really get too much out of it, but we'll go and throw this again. Always want to look for the kind of cascades and drops that we might be able to pull off here or there as far as on the board and set it up as we need. And try for the luckier cascades, like these little gaps where you might be able to actually land some mana to drop. We're just going to simply take some simple mana there. Trying to get a Valkyrie here for free just so we can go straight into it, and there we go. It gives them up to full mana. Get down the first hit, and just get his magic back up. He's going to get a drain here, it looks like. I don't think I can stop that at the moment. Well, not the drain I was referring to, but he did indeed go for a drain. Purple we don't actually need to go take, so... There's a couple ways we can do this board currently. I'm going to do that first. It gives us Valkyrie. That actually gives us a pretty nice Valkyrie cast, so we'll go for that. And indeed kills him out, so he has no drain to do against us. Perfect. We don't have enough damage, but we can simply go through our 3 cycle, and that'll be the match. And there we go. Yeah, that's pretty much a team. Alternatively, you can just use them in pure true damage. You can also use them with like a Gurgulfa and stuff, just so you have other proper tanks, so skulls don't plow you down. That was a little bit of an issue on the very first battle we did. Also works good with Arnjel if you have. Works good with Crimson Bat if you have. Works good with Marilith. Quite a few weird kind of teams that you can build. But you personally won't ever be seeing me using him in most PvP battles, mainly because, as you can kind of see, it takes way too many casts to cycle him. 2 cycle, it's a pretty decent speed. 3 cycle is a little bit too long, and anything that's 4 cycle plus, as you saw in the very first battle, just drags on forever, and it's not really worth using at all. So, yeah, do be careful with it. Gotta be very careful with what your actual HP values are on the opposing team. But yeah, let's go do the team that was just suggested. We'll go into... Do I not have one safe? I should. Yeah, I have it right here. Alchemist, Moneylender, Yagway, Queen Titania. It's not double Queen Titania, but that's as simple as just putting another Queen Titania in there. And there we go. And perfect. Okay. Banner's already correct. +2 yellow, +1 red, -1 green. But you can easily do a Yagway there. You can easily do just about any troop there. Even just a Goblin Rocket would be sufficient. Okay, red, we need you. Thank you. And now we just need alignment, which you just ruined, which actually just came right back. Never mind. We'll go throw that on blue. Move that over. Moneylender everywhere. Nice. Queen Titania, but for free. Get an Alchemist for free. Moneylender again for free. And just win battle. And... Oh, you know what this... Oh! Oh! You know, why wasn't I using this earlier? Do you know what this team is? I didn't even think about that. That is exactly what this team is, except it requires more of the color on the board. This is Soothsayer, Valkyrie, Double Queen Mab, before Queen Mab got nerfed, is the team we are using right now. That is exactly what this team is. Oh! Oh, the good old days. That's actually when I went for rank 1 PvP. Oh, that's funny. It doesn't have a empowered, though. That's the only bad downside with this team, nor can it fit in empowered. But that's the only thing it's missing. Like that quick Soothsayer into full mana, into Valkyrie, into double infinite cast, and yeah. Oh, but at least it gets an infinite loop, though, which the other team didn't really get. But yeah, that is exactly what this team is. I don't know how I just noticed that now, despite like using almost identical variants of it already. But that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's an old team. That's like a 2-year-old team. That was like when Queen Mab first came out kind of team. Back when you only needed 10 to do any of these extra turn things. All of the extra turn conditions used to only require 10 instead of the current 13. The reason they raised it to 13 was basically single-handedly Queen Mab forced them to have to make it 13 in order to balance Queen Mab. But they just figured they'd make it 13 for everything just because it was slightly too easy to get 10 on the board. Like right now, we have both yellow and red at 10. Well, I guess those are the two colors we're creating. But it's really easy for colors that you aren't even intending to be that many to also reach that point. And they were just finding it was way too easy for people to get. So they raised it to 13 instead of 10 for everything. Yeah, I know, you can't use this on Queen Mab because of freeze. I made sure to avoid her on the previous battle. Any team like this isn't going to work against Queen Mab. Yeah, whenever you see Queen Mab and you're using a loop team, it's most guaranteed an auto lose. It's why I keep saying earlier, which I haven't still done yet, I've been wanting to make like for Guild Wars, a Queen Mab variant for every team and a non-Queen Mab variant. Basically, a team that we use for everything on a certain color day, and then another one that we use under the circumstance that Queen Mab is in the battle. Because whenever Queen Mab is in the battle, that drastically changes what kind of team you build and what you play. Because it just the freeze is just so potent. Still one of the strongest stats effects in the game, if not the strongest stats effect in the game. Not to mention the most annoying one. That one it definitely is for sure. Well, I guess Death Mark is a little bit giving it a run for its money, but Death Mark isn't really as intimidating these days. It's a little bit annoying in that it comes out of nowhere sometimes and does all that, but for the most part, it's not as bad as freeze. It used to be, but these days, freeze I would say is better. Anyways, we'll go get the final little blow there. Actually, I still need a little bit more on that. Yeah, I don't really have any alignments. We'll poke it. Somehow got an extra turn out of that too. And well, we'll take the other poke then in that case. Oh yeah, I always use the Divine team on Queen Mab. It has been working very well. It works on the Forge Troll Nyx team as well, which is nice. So that doesn't even become an issue anymore. Okay, well, we'll go take those yellows. Go take these browns. Go find another brown. Can something please get full mana? There we go. And should be good to go from here. Do this on, looks like brown. Get that out. Moneylender. Double check board. Yes, Moneylender. Throw that down. Free cast. Get this down again. That's Moneylender. Throw Moneylender down. Double cast. And there we go. Sweet. That might need to be my setup now. Just for running PvP. Run this for non-Queen Mab and run Divine Team for Queen Mab. And then we're good to go. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't using this earlier. I guess I thought, like, okay, why would we need two Queen Titania? But it never really clicked that this is exactly what Queen Mab was upon release, is this team right here. Not with Fairy Fire, but, you know, she had freeze. We'll go throw that down. Though, even though she didn't have Fairy Fire, she did have another aspect that kind of made up for it. Queen Mab has Arcane, so every time you cast anything, she gains 1 additional damage. This one does not have Arcane, so even though we have Fairy Fire, our damage cannot be increased any further than basically where it starts at. The amount of damage that we initially get from right here is never going to be any higher. But then again, I guess we have a boost ratio, so never mind, forget about that. I forgot about that. That boost ratio basically completely makes up for the fact, because that's just so much more damage. Anyways, we'll throw that down. And that should be match. Never mind, of course, you would revive. Why wouldn't you? Too bad they didn't get rid of Inferno King's 25%. One suggestion I actually made for Inferno King a long while back, though I think it would be even more annoying now. It's kind of a change that they made to Dragon Soul, where they made Dragon Soul's 25% resurrect to a Shadow Dragon with, I mean not Shadow Dragon, to a baby dragon that comes in with Empowered. Basically, what I suggested for Inferno King, like way back when he first came released and everyone was complaining about his 25% revive. Actually, I think it was even 30% or something. It used to be a different value here, and then they changed it down to 25%, but because people were finding it to be way too annoying. But one suggestion I gave, because I think it was like 30 or 35% at the time, was to raise it to 50%, but make it so he comes in with Death Mark on him. So, and at the time, Death Mark was a lot more effective than it is now. So, you could basically just, it would be a really high liability, but it would make it so he would be more immortal. Because with Immortal King, you kind of always expect him to keep reviving, but still have some kind of condition where he'd die easily. But, yeah. That probably would have been more annoying in the long run, so kind of glad they didn't do that. But they did end up doing something similar for Dragon Soul, where they did do the higher revive chance. It just doesn't revive into itself anymore. Anyways, down goes that. Once had a Guild War battle where the enemy, Dragon Soul, resurrected 5 times. Yeah, it can happen sometimes. Though, of course, it's not possible anymore due to the new Dragon Soul mechanic. The only troop that can now revive infinite amount of times is Inferno King, and no other troop. There isn't any other troop capable of doing that. Alright, we'll go move that. But yeah, the Inferno King resurrect change was actually really big at the time. Okay, we're gonna move that. Go for the cast there. Get a Queen Teton. Oh, that was only 12. How did I miss that? Okay, we could actually lose because of that. Never mind. Scratch that. Well, I guess technically we could still lose. It could become another Dragon Soul. I still have yet to see a baby dragon that came from a Dragon Soul transformed back into a Dragon Soul. It's possible, though very unlikely. I think it's 1 in 35 chance, 1 in 32, somewhere around there. It's very low chance, at a very low chance. But hopefully we'll see it eventually. It's only a matter of time. And that's, never mind, that's not match. We need one more poke. And I like how it can only burn 1 because everything else is immune. Trying to get a skull. I should probably start focusing more on the mana though. And we'll throw that down. Shouldn't miss. And that's way overkill. And down it goes. There we go. And into the next battle. Ah, Queen Mab. Nix. Ah, Queen Mab, other stuff. Okay, let me go switch back to Divine then. Back to the Divine. Not going to be dealing with that. Whenever we see the freeze, it's like, nope. Back to the mass cleanse every time. Alright, we'll go get this down. Yeah, it's kind of funny that they added Divine Isabella. The fact that Divine Isabella plus Diviner exists makes using the Voice of Orpheus essentially useless. Really wish they would give Voice of Orpheus a small little buff, because it feels pretty left behind at this point. Its damage is also horrifically bad. It doesn't boost ratio off the mana it gives to all allies, nor does it boost ratio off its own mana. They need to at least make it like a 2x boost ratio or something with the Voice of Orpheus. It's exactly like how Famine is. Okay, nice match. Down he goes. And we'll just simply take a skull, and I'll clean up. Perfect. Hey, if anyone else still has any questions, team builds you want me to do, anything of the such, let me know. And we will definitely go do it. We will be back as far as streams and such like that. For when we do end out tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when we do come back, we'll be going over all of the new troops that's coming out next week and all that good stuff. Also, next Friday is pretty noteworthy in that it's the first Bounty Hunter event. What specifically that is, we do not know, but it runs from Friday till Sunday. I mean, Friday till Monday reset, so Monday morning. So basically the beginning of Friday all the way till the end of, or the beginning of Monday morning is when it runs from. And it's going to have a bunch of various rewards. Not exactly sure on all the details, but yeah, we'll find out on Friday exactly. It runs once a month, similar to the Vault event. And of course, the upcoming Friday is the first time it's going to be running. As far as next week's event, definitely a great week to go throw event keys next week. Excuse me. You'll be able to get Ural Fire Mantle, which isn't really too noteworthy, but there's going to be a new giant in that kingdom, which is going to be really, really good with giant synergies, and definitely highly advised getting. Might even be one of the best giants in the game, the new one that's being added. I also believe it's the first female giant in the game. What do we even need here? We'll go for the green. Get that down. Get some Cascade. Get the Money Lender here. We actually lost one of them, wow. But we have double Summer, so... Plus the mana to go get it back, even if that's not enough to kill. Down it goes. Thoughts on a red team for Guild War Week? You just can't seem to make a decent red team that works all the time. Mine still struggle with Queen Mab. There really isn't much to do about Queen Mab in Guild Wars. You just kind of have to hope the enemy is not using it. Obviously, everyone runs it on at least one of the days. I'll go show it as soon as we find a not Queen Mab team. But, yeah, it's always a liability seeing Queen Mab. There really isn't any Guild War day where you can really fully negate out the effects of Queen Mab. Alright, we'll go get this cleanse thing. Other than on Queen Mab, I have found a team that works for basically every other instance. Including Queen Mab, though it's a little bit hit and miss if it gets it. What did we get from the major orb? We got the best possible drop. The luck from yesterday actually did work. We ended up getting the blue arcane trait stone from it, which is the best possible drop you can get out of a major orb. It fully ascends any troop you use it on, meaning if they ever release like new commons, like let's say new Guild War troops and stuff like that, which require a ridiculous amount of copies that take forever to get, we can simply just go use that orb on it, and boom, we just got it mythic instantly. So, yeah, it's very, very powerful. Out of all the new orbs they added, they're, well, other than the power orb, obviously, but counting just the basic orbs, the major orb of Ascension is by far the best possible orb, and is the one we got finally. And we got it as our second orb, so not too bad as far as luck so far. We actually got the one that fully traits a troop, as well as the one that fully ascends it. Of course, I don't really need the traits, so I definitely prefer like, just getting like all the blue ones. Wouldn't mind trading in like 3 of them just to get one of the blue ones, because the blue one is just so much more useful than everything else. Or at least for my needs anyways. Alright, we'll go through that down. I really wish they did have that conversion. Even if it used... actually, I should go pitch that. I don't think anyone mentioned that on the forum. Being able to use the... what are they called? Those little orbs that you get. Or those shards from the... raids. Not raids. From dungeons. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go to dungeons. But those things that you get from dungeons, that'd be cool if you could use a bunch of them with maybe some souls to convert the smaller orbs into different color orbs by combining colors with it or something. But I'm talking about are these, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's the ones underneath the Soul Forge. These little resources. Let me go to it real quick. Skip by all this. And then let me go do the red team I was just mentioning. But, these resources. Oh, let me take my tribute too. Don't want to forget that. And 8 tribute, not bad. Check our mail too. Daily defense, defend reward. There we go, daily defense. What was I going over? Oh yeah, I was going over Soulforge. So if we go under Soulforge real quick, really wish you could use, not that, these little color things. They serve almost no purpose at this current moment in time. Would be cool if you could use like maybe 1,000 or something, 500, to convert one of them into a different color. Like for an Orb of Ascension, maybe you need, to convert like a orb into it, you need one of the other orbs plus like 500 blue, 500 purple, and like 2,500 souls or something, and then boom, it converts into a blue orb or something. That would be pretty cool. They really need to add more purpose to these color things, because there is nothing to throw them on. The biggest thing to really throw them on are these packs, but these packs are quite useless. And anyone who's has all of these troops in a given pack, which basically anyone in the late game, these are not worth opening. They're pretty nice for newer players, but that's the only purpose they really serve is newer players. Late game players have nothing to dump all of these little color things in. We can throw it all on weapons, but that doesn't take any time at all to get every weapon. It takes like 3 weeks to get every weapon, as far as the color little things for it. So it doesn't really take that long at all. Anyways, let me go do the PvP team I was mentioning. My red Guild War PvP. Currently, I actually have 2 red Guild War teams. This is my current one, Alchemist, Queen Titania, Infernus, and Elamagrim. My other one, I believe, is Pure Dragon, though I'm not currently using the Dragon Hero class. I should have it saved still. Where'd it go? Did I overwrite it? Never mind, I might have overwritten it. No, there it is, 4 times Red Dragon. It's, I'm not using the correct hero class at the moment, but it's Dragon Soul, Wordbreaker, Dawnbringer, and Elamagrim. Of course, obviously, with Dragon Guard hero class. So, actually, you know what? I could switch back to Dragon Guard now. I don't need the Beast hero class anymore now that we're done with raids. Done with Invasion for the week. I actually could go switch back my class. I should probably go do that. But, yeah, this with Dragon Guard class. I guess we'll go show it again maybe with the correct class. But we should still win regardless. You get the kind of premise of it. Every extra turn would also give us 1 HP and 1 in magic to all allies. And once it gets going, it's one of those teams that does tend to do pretty good at stay in that place. It doesn't get infinite Element Grim though. This is not an infinite Element Grim team. This is more of a mass explosion team between Dragon Soul and World Breaker, which is good because you get a lot of value out of doing this in Guild Wars. Any troop that has both explosion and high damage AoE is very good in Guild Wars. And using the combination of both Dragon Soul plus the World Breaker, very, very potent. And it scores somewhere around like 9,400 plus normally. So we'll try that. Should be enough purples. Didn't get it, but oh well. He doesn't use purples, so no drawback. We also get barrier here. Also has yellow boost ratio. We have 2 yellows, so a little bit extra damage there. And just one more World Breaker. And I guess one more little poke afterwards. And he'd pretty much already be dead by now if we actually were using Dragon Guard hero class. Because every extra turn we would have gotten from earlier is 1 extra magic and HP to everything. Or at least to all dragons. And because our whole team is dragon, then it would be to everything. Hello, Lolate! But yeah, that's basically what I use for Guild War days. With that being said, let me go switch my hero class back to Dragon Guard. Because I do not currently need the Beast hero class anymore. I think we're done with that game mode for this week. So I'm not going to keep my hero on it. Just so we maybe get a free switch on Monday. You know what, actually? With that being said, let me actually go switch to Titan, because I'm going to need to have Titan set for Monday anyways. So I might as well set it now before I forget. So yeah, let's go set ourselves as Titan. If you haven't already, good idea to maybe go consider fully trading your Titan hero class if you want to go out of your way for it. Gives all giants half mana. And while there isn't anything specifically you would need to use that for next week, still a pretty good idea. Because there's a pretty good new Giant Legend coming out tomorrow, Monday. I mean, not tomorrow, on Monday, on 2 days from now. You use all the color shards for Celestial Trait Stones. That also works. Though I personally have more Celestials than I'll ever know what to do with. So personally, I don't need to do that. But that would be something that is worth considering. Yeah, how many do we have right now? We have, I want to say 347. Oh, it was close. 366. Maybe we had 347 at one point, which is why I said that number. But yeah, we currently have 366 Celestial Trait Stones. We have more Celestial Trait Stones than any one Arcane. That is how many Celestials we have at this point. But yeah, that is a lot of Celestial Trait Stones. Some people don't even have that many gems, and we have that just in Celestials. It's mainly because there's nothing to really dump them into this late in the game. You eventually reach the point, once you reach like your first 50 Celestial Trait Stones, you pretty much reach the point where you just have infinite Celestials there forth. Just because they keep stacking and stacking and stacking, and because every piece of content in the game gives Celestials. Like, unlike Arcanes, where they're only available through some instances and they're all under the same rarity, so it's a lot harder to specifically get a specific one. But, like, for example, if we go click on this Trait Stone's only available in Kazale, this one's only available in Darkstone, this one's only available in Karakroth, and at most you're going to find one that goes into 2 different kingdoms. This one's Arskea and Groshnok. But if you go check Celestial, it falls in absolutely everywhere. There isn't a single drop table it is not in. It might be the rarest possible one, but it's the only trait stone of that rarity, and it's also just everywhere. So any battle you ever do, essentially, anytime you're ever getting a trait stone drop, with the exception of gold keys, but every other instance other than gold keys, where you get a trait stone drop, it has a chance of being a Celestial pretty much. So yeah, you just eventually reach such a surplus because anything you do just starts giving you Celestials. Anyways, even when you're not trying to get them. But let me go do dungeons because I still haven't done that yet. That doesn't take too long. It's like 2 minutes, but we don't want to forget it because it's free resources. So let me go into what am I doing? Go into Explore. I'm like looking at the Explore team and not even using it. There we go. Oh yeah, if you only have 7 Celestials, you definitely want to start trying to stack up some more. That is a good idea then. Oh, I didn't do that. But not a big deal. You're only missing Wolf Garrick in your collection, and you need about 80 Celestial more to trait all your troops. Nice. You only have the Arcanes, more or less. Oh, really? You got all the Arcanes before the Celestials? Interesting. I did not have that happen to me by even remotely close. I had all of the Arcanes way before I had... I mean, I had all of the Celestials way before I had all of the arcanes. Though that was also because less things did cost Celestials then. As I mentioned, there hasn't been as many things to throw Celestials into. So as of recently, they have been trying to pump things into the game that use a lot of Celestials. So that could have been the case then. Because when Celestials first came out, Trade Stones in general, barely any were used. There weren't a lot of the troop typings, like Guardian troops and stuff like that, that would eat up a lot of those. Plus, there weren't weapons in the Soul Forge and stuff like that that also ate up quite a few. What amount of souls would you get per hour if you soul farm on hard and 50% armor bonus? If you don't know, can you test it? Well, it depends on your VIP bonus as well. It also depends, obviously, on your team. That's one of the main factors. But that would be somewhere around about 17,000 to 20,000 souls per hour. Somewhere in that general ballpark, assuming using a generic soul farming team, one of the standard kind of ones. Yeah, around 17,000 to 20,000, maybe even a little bit better than 20,000, depending on how much you're focusing on clicks and everything. But yeah, somewhere around that couple thousand range there. So still a really decent amount. And down it goes. And that is dungeons. Poor dungeons, that's easy content, but we'll go claim our little thing for today. Oops, that's not what I meant to claim. I almost just clicked that too. Let's go claim these. Go grab all that. And there we go. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing these or not. It really just depends. The main reason I'm collecting them now is I do not know if they are eventually going to be using these color components. And that's my biggest concern, is what if they start using these and I need a bunch of them? And then we'll need to backtrack and start collecting them all. So even though these aren't the best of value to do it on non-diamond days, still think it's okay. We're still getting a little bit of souls. We still get our runic trait stones, which we kind of have way more than enough. We get 24 diamonds each day, and we get our, of course, whatever the color thing is. I think overall it's still kind of worth it for me. Not to mention we'll get the chance to target down specific mythics. We could be opening a lot of VIP keys for all of them. But we can basically just consider, instead of opening one VIP key, we are instead getting basically just whatever that one drop is. So, I don't know, it kind of balances out. I still think I'm going to be going for it for at least a little bit longer. I think once we reach 20,000 diamonds, and if they haven't actually released any kind of content for the other stuff yet, then we'll probably stop. Maybe even more towards 15,000 diamonds, actually. But, or 16,000. That would be enough to craft 4 mythics, which is way more than enough than we'll probably ever need. So, somewhere around that kind of frame should be fine. So, yeah, that'll be our future plan. Also, we're a bit down behind 10,000 again. We keep lowering it down. Luckily, our tributes keep pumping it back up, but oh well. Anyways. No VIP bonus and Dragon Soul with 2 Necromancers and a Necromaster. Wait, what do you mean? 2 Necromancy and a Necromaster. Wait, you mean Farish Ra? Wait, you have Farish Ra? Oh, you can do about 30,000 then. 30,000, 35,000. Maybe more towards the 30,000 range, because yeah, I believe you do have slightly lower soul gain than me. So yeah, around 30,000 if you have a Farish Ra there. Approximately. Also, you can boost that even further by going with Azuruses, if you happen to not have Azuruses there. You can even try the Umber Wolf. I still have not done extensive testing on that yet, and some people have been bringing that to my attention. As well as someone who mentions me on Steam as well. But, yeah, I haven't tested the difference between, like, for a long period of time. You know, I've done, like, simple battles, but not for, like, long durations of time. The difference between Dragon Soul, Double Azurus, Umber Wolf, compared to Dragon Soul, Triple Azurus. And, of course, you could put Farish Raz at the end, too, if you want to. But, basically, the difference between a Umber Wolf Dragon Soul soul farming team and just a Dragon Soul Pure Azurus soul farming team. Normally, I always suggest Dragon Soul Triple Azurus, though I have not actually tested the other method to see if it is more efficient. It probably is, but regardless, I wouldn't expect more than a few thousand soul discrepancy between the two. But they're both pretty much the same team. It's just the Azurus one is slightly cheaper, though still quite expensive. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for tonight. We'll be back again, like I mentioned, tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. And we'll mainly just be going over all the new content that's going to be coming out. Don't forget, save your event keys for next week. Really good week to go throw them out. This week is pretty horrible, just Pride Lands. If you did want something from the drop pool, there are 2 things in it, Behemoth and Sakima. If you want either of those are in the event key drop pool right now. Though I wouldn't really bother, but if you did want them for whatever reason, they are available right now. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the stream, and I guess I'll see you all tomorrow night or on Monday for the event video. Speaking of souls, your soul grind is now at 4,900 battles. Wow. Very nice. Are you still trying for that Dawnbringer? Wait, how close are you to Dawnbringer before I end out? Were you the one that was farming Dawnbringer for like hours upon hours straight? That's some commitment. I never actually did that long of a soul farm. I think the most soul farms or soul I ever did in one day was about 300,000 or 400,000 souls in a day. I never bothered going for even more than that. I can't stand soul farming for a long period of time. It's why if you looked at my videos from like a year ago, you'll notice almost every team I ever used has like a Valkyrie or a Dragon Soul in it, because that made it so I didn't have to go out of my way to farm souls. I would just use that Valkyrie or the Dragon Soul or the Ferrous Rod, just have it in my team, and just passively gain those souls over time, instead of having to go out of my way to soul farm. I would occasionally do like maybe an hour of soul farming here and there, but it was never really something I cared for. I'd rather spam explore over and over again than bother doing soul farming personally. Not really something I ever really got into a lot. And you're still nowhere near it, but yeah. Well, good luck on that. Definitely a long grind, but it is worth it in the end. Finally to get a Dawnbringer at the end of all of it. But anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful week, have a wonderful weekend, and good night, everyone. Goodbye.